Yes, people, welcome back. Friday night, Real Ball Talk. We here. Sorry that we're late. I think work's got all of us a bit of a mad one today.
Yeah.
So hence our apologies, people. But we're here anyway. Smash a like button as you come in. And yeah, let's get straight into it. But first of all, let me introduce the people. Gillo, what are you saying, bro?
Yeah, man, good man. It's been a long day at work and that, but you know what Rash says? It's Friday's a good day. Friday's the best day of the week, and you know what I say to that? It's Friday night.
Hey, 100%. All good, bro. Rash, what are you saying, bro?
Yeah, hard day today, man. Been extremely busy, but it's Friday, best day of the week, the day of Jummah. It's the best day, so I'm just happy to be here, you know. Blessings.
Love. And finally, Lance, what are you saying, my bro?
I'm just angry, man, that LeBron got knocked out.
Don't bring that up, man. Please.
I'm still recovering from
man.
it, but I'm good. I'm still recovering from it. But
I'm upset. I'm upset as that as well. Man. My guy LeBron went out. My guy Dame went out. But it's cool, man. I still support the Nets and stuff, innit? And the Suns, and I support like 6 teams, so it's all good. But yeah, man, let's get into it. So we're gonna do the RBT awards. I didn't really get a chance to create all the stuff I wanted to, but it's all good. So let me know if you man can see it.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we've got 4 main criteria. We've got player of the year, we've got young player of the year, we've got manager of the season, and we've got the flop of the year. So as you see, there's plenty of flop contenders, but we'll get onto them last. So let's start with the player of the year. I appreciate each of you man sent it to me before the show, but yeah, I think you all did privately, so you didn't get swayed by anyone else. So Jalil, I'll start with you. Who was your player of the season?
Very good question. So I had a few, but I'm gonna go with someone who had big boots to fill, and that for me is Diaz. The reason why I went for Diaz is for a few reasons. He kind of had that kind of Van Dijk effect, where there was a terrible defense, leaking goals and that. You know, they leak that many goals because City's very set up, but they're still leaking one which might have resulted in 1-1 or something along them lines, yeah? So with Diaz, for a player who's been underperforming, like Stones, for example, and he made him better, you got to give it to him. And then you look at Laporte, and Laporte was a big centre-back signing. Let's be real, he's been good. Kicked him off the team. And then you look at Ake, who came in. Looks good. He looks all right. I'm not going to say he looks great. He didn't look shit, but, you know, but Diaz, for me, stood out. You know, I know everyone's going to say he's Pep, you know, he's got a good team. It is a good team, let's be real, but to be in a good team like that and play at centre-back where you're overlooked, you know, centre-backs are always overlooked, in my opinion, I want to give him the award.
Okay, so you're giving the award to Ruben Diaz. Rash, what are you saying? Do you want me to come to you last? Because I appreciate you've had less time to think about it than everyone else.
If you can, I'd really appreciate that.
No worries. So, Lams, I'll come on to you, bro. Your player of the season.
Yeah, man. I was torn between 2 players, but I had to end up going for Gundogan.
Okay.
Personally, I would say Gundogan. I don't know. He upped his level, and the thing is, I knew he was this good anyway, but it's just this season he's shown it even more. And I think, in a way, he kind of carried City's midfield because there was loads of games where De Bruyne wasn't at his best, or even I'm pretty sure there was a period when De Bruyne was injured. Yeah. And Gundogan was the goal scoring midfielder. He was providing assists. He just does a lot, man. He does a lot on the pitch. So for me, man, he definitely has to be the player of the year for me, man. He's been a top player. Bruno's been great as well. Bruno, I'm not gonna take away from Bruno. Obviously, if we're judging from stats, he's been amazing. Harry Kane's been amazing, but I think Yeah, Gundogan. He's been crazy, man. So I have to give it to him.
Yeah, I hear that. You know what? I actually forgot that I was meant to put Jack Grealish in the 6 contenders, but I forgot to put him in. But
He's
I
been a
don't think
good
he would have
player as
won
well.
anyway
Yeah,
because of that injury he had towards the end of the season. But I just find it interesting that obviously because these are different to what the main PFA have, and I just find it interesting that I checked the odds. I think Kevin De Bruyne is second favorite to win Player of the Year, and I think that's
that's
I
surprising.
don't really get it. I think I don't really get it, but yeah, I mean, Rash, what are you saying, man? Player
All
of the
right,
Year.
so when it came to Player of the Year, there was about 4 or 5 people that I was kind of trying to see, okay, which one really edges it. So I'm gonna do a little countdown from 5 to 1.
Okay.
Now I think at number 5, and this was because they didn't really have a very good season, and to be able to perform in a team that isn't doing so well, uh,
Yeah.
I think is quite an accomplishment, and that is Son. I think Son had a really good season this year. He got 17 goals. He got 10 assists in the Premier League this
Yeah.
season. A lot of people didn't even notice that because Spurs are so pants or so up and down this season. Do you know what I mean? So but it was overlooked. He put in a really good shift this season, and he does every season. You know what I'm trying to say? That's one guy that you can see that when he's on the pitch, he always gives 100%, and I love to watch the kid play. Do you know what I mean? So Son was up there in my top 5. After that, it was Salah because he was the one who was contending for Golden Boot as well. Liverpool again didn't have a really good season, but when you need someone to be consistent and bring the goals that actually puts you in contention, that give you a chance to be in the Champions League, he kept it consistent for them, and he's been keeping it consistent for them on a yearly basis. He just struts and just does his thing. In third position, I put it to Fernandez. I don't like the way he plays. You know me, I'm not a really big fan of his. However, you can't deny the impact that he brings to the squad. He got 18 goals this season for Manchester United, along with 12 assists. I believe that might be the second highest in the Premier League this season as well.
Behind Kane.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So you don't really notice that from him because I don't notice that from him because I have missing towel syndrome. I notice the bad stuff in someone rather than the good. You know what I mean? So I see a lot of the flops because of the hype around him. But when you look at his numbers, he might not be at the beginning or the middle of the build up, but he's at the end of the build up play to put it in for someone to score the goals, and he's been consistent with the penalty shootouts. Look, I've been praying for him to miss a penalty the whole time he's been here. My man's dead ball specialist from that spot, and to keep that consistency under that sort of pressure, you have to just give it to the guy. But in my second place is you might not agree with me, and you might be kind of shocked, but it's actually Mendy. I
Yes.
think he has had, I think
good.
Mendy has had a brilliant season for Chelsea, coming from nowhere. Yeah, no one didn't really know what he was about or who this guy was. Everyone was really like Kepa this, Kepa that, because he had the name, and to go with it. But then Kepa was pants, and Mendy said, "Hey, look, I'll do a better job," and he's done a fantastic job. Like the guy. He's kept 16 clean sheets. That's the second highest in the Premier League, except Edison. I think has got more than him. And for a new person to come in and just do that, I think that is sick, especially under the pressure that Chelsea had, especially with the first half of the season, with them not performing to their level that they should, and for them to be able to be at the level that they are, make two. To be in 2 finals, to win the Champions League as well. You have to put a lot of that onto him. I mean, like, he hasn't made the most saves out of all the goalkeepers. I think he's got 57 saves. But that's because they had a good defense second half. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think he has to be up there. He can't be overlooked. He's done really well this season. But as much as it pains for me to say, it can only be Harry Kane. Harry Kane, he got what 23 goals this season. He got 14 assists. Like that's a good record considering Tottenham have been so abysmal this season. Do you know what I mean? And they've been so up and down. They've been high, they've been low, they've been low, they've been low, they've been low. Do you know what I mean? And for him to still finish top goal scorer and 14 assists, I don't even know who scored them goals for him. Might have all been Son. Do you know what I mean?
Probably
But-
all Son.
you know what I mean? But yeah, you have to
Son.
give it to the guy. Like he's always in contention for the golden boot and stuff like that. But for being in contention for the assists as well, to pick up both those trophies at the end of the season, he's done really well. I have to give it to him.
Yeah. No, well said. You know what? I even forgot Mendy. I didn't really put him into consideration, but he has actually had a very good season. I know Jalil. We know Sam, not his biggest fan, but yeah, not really sure why. And you know what? I think obviously this might sound a bit weird, but I think it's good that black goalkeepers come to the Prem and done well. Because we all know there's that stereotype about black people can't be goalkeepers. So I think it's good that he's come. It looks like Arsenal might get Onana as well. So we might have a couple next season as well, which is good to see. So now big up to Mendy.
Yeah, man. It's good. It's good not to have to say you're Shaka Hislop anymore. When you're in goal.
That's your reference. Yeah, that's true. Hey, 100%. Big up Falak. Hope you're good. Say hello, gentlemen. How's everyone? This fight even. Everyone here is good. Big up Falak, always supporting us. Always repping us. Always repping us. But you know what? I can't lie, I'm actually going to go with Rash. I've got my player of the year as Harry Kane. I was with Gunnar for a while, but he kind of faded towards the end.
He did.
Yeah, he did. But he was on such a hot streak, and I think Harry Kane, I felt sorry for him at Tottenham. I can't lie. You can't be putting up 23 goals and 14 assists and finishing 7th. That's bad. That's bad. But so that's what I would give it for. So I'll consider Ruben Diaz as well. He was brilliant. I hate Jalil's point on the Van Dijk thing. I just think Van Dijk's transformation was more like you could see it more. I felt like I think Van Dijk when he came in, it looked different. That's the only thing. But Diaz, like you said, we've all played football again. It looks like to us he's holding John Stones' hand when he plays.
But let's give John Stones some credit. I don't think John Stones.
He hasn't. He hasn't. But the same way Van Dijk holds people's hands, Diaz has been doing kind of the same for.
I don't. But that's the thing.
I don't think
Diaz has held John Stones' hand. To be fair, I think City's system, as I said, like their system's so good when it comes to keeping the ball that sometimes you don't even see these defenders actually get tested. I think I've seen Diaz get ripped. Listen, against Brighton, last game of the season, I think Trossard dribbled past him 5 times.
Killed him.
Hey, that's a one-off, bro. Lambs, you've got this game 1-1, bro.
No, but then Van Dijk. But you know what it is? It's because people are mentioning Van Dijk, but it's like Van Dijk can go 40 games without getting dribbled. My man got dribbled 5 times against Brighton. It's like, come on, he's not.
I hear that, but that's what I'm saying.
He's good. I still, you know what? And I still think as well, Laporte is the best defender in their team. I just don't know why.
He might leave.
He has to because he's better than Diaz and Stones. He's definitely better than Stones anyway.
Yeah, 100%. Man City are looking at a little clearer. I'm seeing Laporte in the news. I'm seeing Sterling in the news. I'm seeing Mars in the news. I'm seeing Bernardo Silva in the news.
The Bernardo Silva one.
That's crazy.
One's crazy still,
that's
madness.
But that means they're trying to get Grealish. They're just trying to raise the funds to get Grealish and Kane. That's what it sounds like to me. And if they get them two,
probably Haaland. Listen, if they get Haaland,
because Aguero is going. Do you know what I mean?
Aguero is gone.
He's gone. Even
Aguero's dad made me laugh saying Pep's tears were fake.
I saw that.
No, but you see his dad's point about it always has to be about Pep. I think it is true, man. Like even when you see when you see the cameras go on Pep, and then all of a sudden he's mad. I'd like, Pep's good for the cameras, man.
Yeah, man. Well, big up our H in the building. Hope you're good, bro. Say most assists, most goals. Can't be anything other than Harry Kane. Diaz did win the league for City, though. Yeah, man. I think both of them will be fair, but I think in the end, we'll just go for Harry Kane as the player of the year. So they'll big up to Harry Kane still.
That does go to show that defenders are always overlooked. Like if you're going to score goals, I know you can't win a game by keeping the clean sheet, but you can win a game by scoring one goal. Yeah, let's be real. Defenders are always, for me, are always overlooked. Don't you think that's crazy?
Yeah, 100%. It is.
They definitely are still.
They are, man. They are.
Yeah, they definitely are.
No, 100%. And it ain't going to change. It's only going to get worse.
I'm surprised.
It's only going to get worse.
I'm surprised Cannavaro, was able to win FIFA best player in the world in 2000 and was it 6?
6, yeah, I agree. I still think it should have been Henry. I still think it should have been Henry.
And the thing is, centre backs don't win them kind of stuff. So the fact that he's done it, I don't think we're going to see a centre back win it. I think Van Dijk had the season where he could have won it, but we all knew he wasn't going to win it. But yeah, I don't think we're going to see a centre back win that again, man.
I think just speaking on Van Dijk as well, I think the difference between him and Diaz is that everyone knew Liverpool had a missing piece to their puzzle. They're trying to say, so that when he came into Liverpool and actually fulfilled that role to everyone's expectations of what they wanted in that role, I think it just magnified his presence and his transfer, and that's why it will be very hard to see a bigger impactful player in a transfer window because of that, other than Van Dijk.
Can I say something on Van Dijk? For me, Van Dijk was a missing piece of the puzzle, but I did watch some games the other day with Matip and Gomez, where they did the same thing. This is when they were all fit. Obviously, I know they're all injured, but this is talking about old games. I'm not sure when Van Dijk was left out. I don't know if there's a little kick or something. But if you watch Matip and Gomez, they still did all right. And I think I'll say this. The only player Van Dijk didn't hold the hands of was probably Matip.
Yeah, Matip. Yeah, Matip's quality.
Matip's quality. Yeah. Well, big up KD in the building saying City can sign Kane and Grealish. Frodiola still ain't getting that Champions League. Hashtag facts only. Big up KD.
KD. I'm here.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, KD, you were looking for Rash the other day. Rash is here now.
I'm here, man.
KD came on that smoke the other day. Still, like
he was on to you. He was on to you.
Yeah, nah. So if you got something to say to Rash, say in the chat, G. So yeah, we move. All right, cool. So let's move on to Young Player of the Year time.
Wait, sorry. How old is Ruben Diaz?
Is he 22 or 23? I think that's the maximum 23, right?
I think 23. Yeah, I think 23 is the maximum.
So I think he just about qualifies there. I'm not a big fan of 23-year-olds winning Young Player of the Year.
No, he's 24. He's 24.
Oh, is he 24?
Yeah, 24.
So why was he put up in the PFA one?
But I think it's when the season started, he was 23.
Oh, that's
why.
So dumb.
It's the same way. Remember when I think Sterling won it, or was it Bernardo Silva, and they were like 24 at the time?
Yeah. And anyway, he's here. He's here. Let's see what you man say. Jalil, I'll come to you first. Who is your RBT Young Player of the Year?
Controversial one. I think that's like to happen here.
We love a bit of controversy.
For me, it's out of 3 players.
Okay. Are they on here?
They're all here.
Okay, cool.
And they're all in blue.
Okay.
So Mount, obviously Phil Foden and Diaz. Obviously, for me, if I was to pick a player of the year, it'll be Diaz. But because I'm going to go for young player, I'm going to cut him out this one, just to make boys. And I can't sit back and say Mount will have this is probably Mount's best season, and he's that young to get it like. But for me, Phil Foden had big boots to fill, and I know where this is going to go. Oh, City's got a real good team. You know, he still had a part to play. This is the same thing we speak about when we look at Barcelona. Most players can't play without Messi, for example. We'll talk about Xavi and Iniesta and stuff. Like Xavi still had to do the business, you know, in a good team. You know, he still had a part to play. And for me, similar to Foden, what I'm trying to say, I'm not comparing them. I'm trying to say he had big boots to fill. but I'm still going to say it's Phil Foden for a young player, man. He's unbelievable for me.
Okay, so Jalil going for Phil Foden. Rash, what are you saying? Young player of the year.
I'm actually happy with this list that you've actually got up here. You know, I'm glad it is these guys that got it because they are all the ones that I had in my head that I was thinking of. I think Fofana's had a great season.
Yeah.
We was talking up Saliba and how Saliba can't get into the Arsenal team, and he was better than Fofana back when they were playing together. But what he has shown is real quality in Leicester. Do you know what I mean? He showed that he can defend, he can pass, and he's a good athlete as well for such a young player. He's done well to come into the Premier League and do what he did. So I had him as my number 3. And it really was a toss-up between 2 other players. It was between Phil Foden and Mason Mount. When I was watching Foden come to play, man, like you just see a big increase in flair and technical ability from last season, and it was hard because last season he was good as well, and he's been good. Showed lots of potential. Obviously, he shows what he can do on the training pitch. That's why Pep has believed in him so much, and he shows it on the pitch. There's been a lot of games where he has been the best City player, you know, especially in that final third in regards to setting up the play, being a part of it, and then coming on and scoring pivotal goals as well for them. It's just in certain moments that I've seen him in the Champions League and in the Prem where I feel like the icing on the cake would be for him to keep his cool in front of goal and slot them in big times when it's needed, and he hasn't delivered that. And for me, that's what's pulled him down. And with the hype that the media have for him, I feel like they overhyped him, which I always like to bring people down when they're overhyped as well. So that might have swayed my decision 100%. A little bit by not making him the young player of the year. So I have to go with Mount. Like that guy, he's got bags of energy. He's so pivotal to the Chelsea team. Like I think he's the most played Chelsea player in the squad this season. He showed up in the big games. He showed up in the cup matches. He's earned that Champions League medal around his neck. And for such a young player to come through the ranks to be here and do that at that stage at such a young age, to me, it's a no-brainer. It has to be him.
Okay, yeah, well said. Before I come to Lamps, KD saying this guy was saying Pep ain't gonna lose to T squared 3 times, and look what happened. This ain't no FIFA script. This is real life. # T squared the GOAT. Hey, I don't even know.
Mount Kilimanjaro over Foden.
Okay, say no more. Hey, so there's KD's response, but hey, listen, Lamps. What are you saying, bro? Who's your young player of the year?
You know what? Earlier, I said Saka because I saw Saka become one of Arsenal's most important players. I think if we're talking about players filling boots, he definitely did his thing. But you know what? I actually forgot Mason Mount. It has to be Mason Mount for me. Now, obviously, Foden. If anyone said Foden, I could fully agree with.
Oh, has he gone?
He's frozen.
Hold on. Am I back here? Am I back?
Oh yeah, you're back. Yeah, you're back.
All right. So if anyone said Foden, I could agree with them 100%. I think this is a tight one, but Mason Mount for me, I'm going to give it to him because I remember when what's his name Tuchel was coming to manage Chelsea, and online, especially Twitter, everyone was laughing at him saying, "Oh, this is like his dad. Yeah, his dad Lampard's leaving. He's gonna get dropped." And I said all along, Mason Mount is Chelsea's Jordan Henderson in the sense that they're very, very basic players, but they always put in a shift, and they do the role that no one wants to do. And it might be done at a basic level. It might not be step overs and rainbow flicks and, goes exactly. But it's very, very effective. And Mason Mount, for me, yeah, man, he became Tuchel's most important player. And I think that's funny because he was meant to be the guy that was getting dropped. He became Tuchel's most important player. And then even, you know what, furthermore, I had to go back to his pass that he played into Havertz for the Champions League. And that pass was very
perfect.
So, yeah, man. And on the big stage as well, when it mattered, Mason Mount outperformed Foden. He outperformed Foden. So, yeah, man, Mason Mount for me, man, I have to give it to him. But Foden's a top player. And to be fair, it's any one of the two could win.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think personally, the only reason why I had Mount over Foden is because Foden didn't start enough games. I think once he did get into his rhythm, the second half of the season, he flew. I think, there's still a question mark about him in big games. I think the only difference sometimes with like a Foden and a Mount is that the way Chelsea play is more of a counter-based system. The way City play is like more possession-based, dominate the game. So City are usually going to play against teams that are going to park the bus or be very defensively solid against them. So that can be harder to shining than perhaps when you have more space. Like when you look at the Champions League last week, we all saw it. The time on the ball that Mount had was way different to the time on the ball that Foden had in the final third.
Facts.
Give credit to Mount because he got the assist, brilliant ball, which he made for himself because he had to turn someone, I think, before he made the pass. So credit to him. But I think sometimes circumstances do matter. But I would still have given it to Mount because he did play basically every game. He was very consistent and he's grown on me this season. But, if you're asking me who's got the most potential on this list, it's Foden.
Or Saka.
For sure.
Or Saka.
Foden or Saka. Even Fofana, I think, is mad. So
he's very good. He's very good.
Yeah, in terms of maybe pure ability, maybe Mount might actually be bottom of this list. But as you said, the other side of the game, the one that people don't want to do, that guy Mount is that guy who can play left wing, right wing, center mid. He will just do a job wherever you ask him to. And players like that, we all know it. Again, we've played, they're invaluable because you can trust them, you can count on them. That's what Mount is. So yeah, man, I think Foden, if he'd played more games, I would have given it to him. But for now, I'll give it to Mason Mount. But I'm sure this is an award that Foden's going to win probably even next season. Because he's basically now a star at City. There's no way that Pep's going to go back. And so no, big up to Foden, but big up to Mount as well. All right, you know what? Let's do this one kind of quick. Managers ain't too exciting. I'm actually looking forward to doing the flop of the season. So, Jalil, what are you saying? Who's your manager, RBT Manager of the Year? And people smash a like button.
Difficult season for all, but I'm going to give it to Pep. Winning the league again. We know this is not an easy league to win, especially when you've got, these teams like United, Arsenal. Well, I can't believe I put Arsenal in there. United, Liverpool, City, Chelsea, the lot. Do you know what I mean? But some will say, it's another COVID Cup. I'm not going to call it that. I didn't call it that for Liverpool. I'm not going to call it that for Pep. But with what he's done to keep it very consistent with the team week in, week out and getting the best out of players, and he's very known for doing that. I'm going to give it to Pep, man. I won't say too much on it, but yeah, Pep deserves it. Everyone else obviously done their thing, but for me, Pep deserves to get it for winning the Prem.
Okay, Pep from Jalil. Obviously, people, if you're watching, do share your thoughts as well. Let us know who you think should be the player of the year, young player, manager, and then we'll get on to flop later. And if you're new, subscribe. Rash, what are you saying? Manager of the year.
I'll tell you first of all why I'm not going for Pep. Okay, because it's kind of an expectancy. But the reason why I'm not going for Pep is because you got one of the world's best managers in one of the world's best teams, and they should be doing good. They should be dominating, and they should be winning the Premier League. I think he underachieved this season. Yeah, you won the Premier League, but you was on course to do the quadruple at one stage. Yeah, everyone was like, can City do the quadruple? Yeah, and then all of them fell off one by one. You did that. It was like a capitulation. It was just like, are they even gonna win anything? Do you know what I mean? And they did win the league. there was a chance that even United could sneak up on them if they kept on having a mediocre form what they was having towards the end of the season. But they did what they had to do. They pulled it out and said, you know what, we gotta do this. This is our opportunity, and they did it. So kudos to them guys for that. But to be in a chance to do that, break a serious record, and fall off like that, and then get to the Champions League final. This is a place where Manchester City haven't been before. They're about to make history. Pep was about to make history. City was about to do something that they've never done. The fans was about to experience something that they've never experienced. To them be beaten at the last hurdle by a manager who came in halfway through the season, who had to pick up and fix what Frankie Lampard couldn't build. Do you know what I mean? To allow that to happen to me is just something that I just can't get over. So to me, he can't be the manager of the season. As much as I want to, hey, you can say something. You can say something.
Thank you. I don't want to cut you. I'll say this, Rash. You know, this is the Premier League. This has nothing to do with anything else. So I know you're mentioning everything else, but we've got to go strictly on Premier League. And one thing I will say is he is brought into, you know, there is an expectation. I'm not going to take that away from you, 100%. But the expectation is massive, bro. It's like working in a sales job. You've got to make 10 sales. Are you guaranteed to get those sales? Yes, because you're the best talker. You've got good knowledge on the product. You're going to sell it, right? There's still an expectation to make sure you deliver, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? So with the squad he's got, I'm saying, yeah. Do you know what I mean?
I get that, but just to finish off that analogy for you as well, it does seem like if you're in a sales job and you've got the best product, and you're in an office with other products that aren't so good, with people who aren't as good as you as a salesman, you are expected to do good. One, because you've got the best product, and two, because you're the best salesman. So you are expected to do that, and you're expected to do it with flying colors. And I don't believe he did it with flying colors. No. Do you understand? And that's just my opinion in regards to that one. Who I have actually got it in contention is Moyes and Bielsa. Okay. I think what Moyes has done with West Ham is really good, and I'm glad that they gave him the time to do it, because everyone forgets that Moyes is a very good manager. He was really good at Everton. He changed the way that they played and were depicted for a very long time, to the point where Alex said he's definitely the guy who should be the next in line to be the manager to manage Manchester United after me, because he was very consistent, he was very solid, and he gets some playing good football. To see West Ham like finish in 6th, like bro, I remember when they did finish 6th before, and then they were out in the first game they played. Do you know what I mean? But that was a shocker that they even made it up there. But for what he's done at West Ham, I think he definitely needs to be up there in contention. But to me, I'm going to give it to Bielsa. I love the way this guy is just strictly like, I don't care. I'm sticking to my philosophy. We play hard attacking football. It's going to look good. It's good. It's high energy. It's high intensity. And okay, they do suffer by conceding a lot of goals. You know what I mean? But if you can outscore the teams you're playing, you're going to win. To get a team like Leeds United to finish 8th in the Premier League, like, where did Arsenal finish? Like 9th?
No, I think it was the other way. We finished 8th, finished 9th.
Oh, is it? All right, well, there you go. Yeah. Like even to be in the top half, like, look, Palace is my second team. Do you know what I mean? And they never finished top half. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But so the fact that he can get Leeds to come up like from where they were in the Championship, playing the same style of play, you know, being really strong contenders, and I just love watching Leeds play, and I never write them off. If you've seen our predicted scores on the weekends, when everyone's like Leeds is going to lose 2-1, I'm always like, nope, Leeds are winning. I always back Leeds win, because this guy is really good and he's in tune with his team. They play for him. It's great football, and him at a better team would be dangerous. So to me, I have to give it to that guy.
Okay, so Rash is going for Bielsa, Jadil's going for Guardiola. Lamps, who are you saying, bro?
I said David Moyes previously, but once again, you know, I actually forgot about Bielsa. And just considering what Rash said, there's something I always say, and it's I really hate this about the Prem, right? I watch a lot of Spanish league, and I could watch like the worst teams in Spanish league, but there's something about the worst teams in Spanish league. They know how to play football. They don't park the bus. It's not Burnley. They know how to pass the ball. Simple things like passing the ball 5 yards. Burnley, you would struggle to see players do that, apart from McNeil and maybe a couple other players. But Bielsa, he's stubborn, and he's stuck with his philosophy. And at the beginning of the season, I actually said he might be a bit mad thinking he can come to the Prem and do all that passing and moving and all, until I think the first game they played Liverpool. And I think they scored 3 goals.
They did.
They
It was
could have won
4-3 or something. Like, it was 4-3 or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, they could have won that game. Yeah.
And I remember my older brother, because I was saying, "Oh, this Bielsa guy, man, it's all rubbish." And my older brother was sitting next to me as the game was going on. And he was saying, "Oh, so you believe in Bielsa now? So now you see what he's about." And I remember him doing that to Liverpool, and I thought, you know what? If they can do, they're doing it to Liverpool, but it's not gonna last. But then I think they went on to beat City, didn't they? Am I wrong?
They beat City away and they drew City at home. Yeah.
And that's when I said, you know what? I have to give it to him. I think anyway, he is the father of Pep, Pochettino, and I think there's one more manager. Like I think
who's the other one? Yeah, there's somebody else. I can't remember, but there is one more person. There's one more person.
Yeah. I know that they learned from him. I know they give him all the props. I know definitely Pep does anyway. He gives him a lot of the props. So, yeah, man, Bielsa, fantastic football, lovely to see. Even when they lose in the most attractive way. So, yeah, man, there's never a dull Leicester game. He made the right signings. It's been a joy watching Rafinha play. Listen, I've even loved watching Bamford. Bamford, for me, like he's underrated in terms of his technical ability.
Very, and everyone has to remember. Sorry to cut you. Everyone has to remember that Bamford bagged 17 goals, bruv. This season.
He did.
17 goals, 7 assists. You know,
I'm not even sure he got double digit in the championship. It's mental.
He's a baller. Yeah, no, he's a
baller.
Like even guys like Ayling, Calvin Phillips.
Trust me, Ayling.
These guys aren't jokes, man. So. Yeah, shout out, big up Bielsa, man. He takes it for me, man.
Okay, say no more. Let me read out some of the comments. Big up Oldis in the building, saying they beat City away with 10 men.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, Oldis also saying Bielsa has to be manager of the year. Big up Ted Adi. Hope you're good, bro. Saying LOL, manager of the year is the manager that won the league. Pep.
Anyway.
So Ted Adi's going with Jalil. He's saying if we want to force convo, only person you can put there is Moyes. I mean, I'll be honest. Obviously, I think there's 9 people in the chat. Make sure smash the like button and subscribe if you're new. Do get involved in the chat as always. Let us know your thoughts. It's weird because it means this is the 3rd one, and it means 3 out of 3 I've agreed with Rash because I would have gone with Bielsa as well. I just can't stand. You spoke about the English thing, Lamps, and I can't stand the fact that people like Big Sam, Tony Pulis, true park the bus merchants get more praise for keeping their teams up than Bielsa for trying to play good football. He's literally trying to entertain you and finish 9th, almost on 60 points with a team of Luke Ayling at the back. Do we even know half their players?
Not really. And this
Ayling
is.
Jalil wants to say something.
Jalil wants to burst through the TV. Go on.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. I can't believe what I'm hearing. But let's be real. This is all based in the Prem. A geezer Leeds got 9th? And he's the best. He plays good football, but Pep plays better football. Pep breaks our teams. He's the most attractive football we can watch in the Prem. And he won the league, and he's not the best manager.
It's about that product thing you spoke about, and what
you know what is,
and if the salesman managed to outdo you, when you went head to head, you know, you gotta say, yo.
But he didn't.
Yeah.
It's a season-long thing. He might have beaten. Let's say, for example, Tuchel beat him 3 times. You know, if Tuchel don't win the Champions League, Pep is definitely the better manager. Unfortunately, now there's a debate on who's had the better season. You know, him coming in. So my thing is, if Messi and Ronaldo can win a Ballon d'Or for the last 10, 15 years, why can Pep not win the Premier League manager when he's won the thing?
The thing is, he will. The thing is, he will, though. He'll win the main one. But I'm just saying, personally, I look at, well, Rash, I think, and Lamps are trying to say too, is like, look at the team you have. You know what I'm saying? I reckon, like, obviously it's an hyperbole, but I reckon you put Jalil in charge of City, they'll finish top 4.
Yeah, 100%.
And the thing is, as well, if Pep was at Leeds, would they finish at 9th?
We'll never find that out.
We'll never know. And this is the thing as well. Like, you just got to kind of like look at it. Does it have, when it comes to our opinions? I mean, like, we're not FIFA and all that stuff, because you know Pep's gonna win it because he won the Premier League. But with us, it doesn't have to be a formality. We can really dig deep into it and say, do you know what? Let's look at the other factors that we should be thinking about as well, and just focus on those things as well. Okay, Pep won the league, so naturally your team done the best in the Premier League. You're the manager who did it, so you should be the best. But when we look at it from a different angle now, do you know what I'm trying to say? And say, okay, let's look at the teams that you're working with. Let's see the head-to-heads that you've done. Let's see that you coming from where you have and how you've done against the top 6. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And your style of football, your commitment to philosophy. Has anyone really been able to work out how Leeds play, where they can say, do you know what? We figured them out and we're going to beat them every time we play them. Every time I think Leeds is playing a team, I believe the manager is afraid. The opposing manager is afraid. I believe.
But listen, I get where Jalil's coming from 100%. I just look at it from the point of view that the team that Pep has, and also I think we have to remember this was a COVID season, a special season, and there were games like every 3 days, and City have by far the best squad, and didn't really have key injuries like the length. Like obviously Liverpool had unprecedented injuries, but so many teams had injuries, quick turnaround of games, and it's going to impact the most smaller teams. And City play a style of football where they dominate the ball so much, it will sap you even more if you don't have energy. So obviously that's credit to Pep for implementing that. I'm just saying that I can't quite, like, when it was a 100-point season, it was definitely Pep. 98-point season, definitely Pep. I'm just looking at this year and saying, competition not great. You had the advantage of the best squad. Bielsa 9th with a team that just got promoted. Yeah.
I'll say this then. I'll say this. With Bielsa, do you know what, the funny thing is I've had this discussion already. There's only 2 to 3 players you can say that he has potentially brought the best out of. But when you look at Moyes, there's at least 7 to 8 players. So if we're going off that and playing style and everything, Bielsa, yes, got the better playing style. But manager, what's your job as a manager? If you're running a team, a sales team, you're meant to motivate. There's 2 to 3 players that Bielsa has, and they're attacking players, let's be real. But if you look at Moyes, it's all over the gaff. Rice, I mean, Lingard come halfway through the season, so I'm not going to put him in there. But you look at the other person in midfield, you look at the whole team, the defense and everything, the left back, the right back. Do you know what I mean? So I'm a bit like, if I'm going to give it to someone other than Pep, I'm going to give it to Moyes, even though I don't think he's all that. And I've criticised him on the other podcast we did, John, together, the post guys.
Yeah.
I criticised Moyes. But
should we bring that up? Should we bring that up, by the way, what you said?
Why not? Because I didn't know. Go ahead.
Yeah, so you, man, Jalil said that Solskjaer's better than David Moyes. What do you man think?
It's shocking.
Oh, that is terrible.
Shocking.
I can't believe that.
And Jalil stood up for himself. He explained why as well. So, yeah.
Say why?
So let's hear why.
Okay, cool. So with Moyes, for me, with Moyes, I understand the hype around him when Fergie said, listen, if someone's going to take over my job, I want it to be this guy who wasn't really consistent with Everton, who got Champions League once, who, in my opinion, can never be anywhere near a great manager in the Prem. He's mediocre. He's okay. He wins his games when he can. He does the business. Is he the guy? No. So my thing with Solskjaer got relegated with Cardiff. Am I right or wrong?
Right.
He came into a big job at United. And my thing was, every time United won, it's the players. Every time United lost, Solskjaer don't know what the fuck he's doing. This is why I get confused with fans. You see what you want to fucking see all the time. All the time, you see what you want to see. How could you, if you've got top four twice in a row with a failing Man United team, you're playing Fred and McTominay in the middle, and you get top four? Why are you not getting ratings for when you do well? You get slaughtered. You don't get no praise. Even when they beat City, he got no praise twice. No praise. And he beat City twice last year as well. And this is the manager, I'm saying the best manager at the moment, in my opinion. Top, not too far apart. So when it comes to Moyes, I do not rate Moyes, yeah? Solskjaer had done a better job. And the question was asked me, don't you think Moyes can get the same amount of United skills to do it? I said, there's no fucking way. Because this guy has been mediocre. He's had his chance at United and he fucked up. And then Mourinho had to come and sweep up the dirt and win the Europa. I think he got in there. Oh, no, not the guy. What's the geezer from Netherlands who had a notepad?
Van Gaal.
Yeah, Van Gaal coming and he cleaned up. He done all right. He got an FA Cup and then Moyes came and got the Europa, so on and so forth. Moyes did fuck all. So I'm telling you now, Solskjaer has done a better job than Moyes. I'm saying that.
What wasn't? I don't
know. You man quickly respond to that before we move on to flop of the season. Yeah.
All right. Do you want to go first, Labs?
Yeah. Did David Moyes get a full season at Man United?
No.
So he didn't even get a full season to even implement what he wanted to do. Man United cut his employment short, and they cut it short prematurely. Solskjaer, let's be honest, Solskjaer should have been sacked. It's only because Solskjaer is a legend he's been allowed to stay.
Why should he have been sacked? Why should he have been sacked? Where did he finish? Why should he have been sacked?
He should be sacked
as soon as they got knocked out of Champions League.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The guy's getting knocked out by Leipzig, a team that they scored 5 goals against previously a couple weeks ago. They play them and then they get slapped out by Leipzig.
I agree.
Solskjaer. So you see the thing with Solskjaer, I never watch United and understand their philosophy. They don't make sense to me. What you see the way United play, I don't. What is it? Like I don't get it. Like I really don't understand. What are they trying to do? And I'll be honest with you. People say that about Arteta, but actually, when I watch Arteta play, I understand what he's trying to do. At least I understand what Arteta's trying to do. He's trying to pass out the back. I get it. Like, I don't think he's doing it well, but I get Arteta. And I think, you know what, maybe in more time, Arteta might become a good manager. But with Solskjaer, I'm sorry, man, the guy's confusing. I don't know what he's trying to do. I don't understand him. I don't get him.
He's beat Liverpool though.
But that doesn't mean no, but Sean Dyche has beat Liverpool this year. Like,
did he not get no credit for beating Liverpool and City? Is my question. Yes
no, because Arteta's no, but all right. So last season, Arteta beat Liverpool, and then he beat. Then they beat Liverpool in the Community Shield as well, and I'm pretty sure Arteta beat Pep as well. In like was it?
FA Cup semi-final. Yeah,
FA Cup semi-final. So you're not getting credit because you beat managers or beat a team.
And you're not really and you didn't really give Bielsa credit for beating City.
Yeah, and Bielsa's beat City. Like obviously gave Liverpool
10 men.
Yeah, so
beat Spurs.
Look, David Moyes has done an exceptional job for Everton when he had his chance to manage Everton. Obviously, he went to Man United, cut short prematurely. He's gone to West Ham, and he's doing a very, very good job at West Ham. As I said, Solskjaer, bro, the guy should have been sacked a very, very long time ago. One thing I will rate Solskjaer for is whenever he's on the brink of getting sacked, he performs.
Yeah.
He
that's how you know he's a
He's the definition. He's a jammy manager. He is fluky and jammy.
I agree.
That is the definition of fluky and jammy.
I agree. Lambs, I agree with you on the aspect of, once they got knocked out by Leipzig, for a team like United, he should have kicked off ages ago. So I'm not going to disagree with you, yeah. But I'm talking specifically about the Prem. Everything I'm talking about today. Yeah, I'm not going to.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
Okay. So
let me go in.
Yeah, Rash, go in.
All right. So Moyes, again, as Lance was saying, okay, is that look, when Moyes was at Manchester United, because you brought up his tenure at Manchester United. Okay, so when he was at Manchester United, you have to agree that that was the worst Manchester United team that there was for a very long time, and the fact that Alex won the league before was a miracle. Yeah, because no one expected that. It was Van Persie who basically got them the title that year.
By
Yeah,
himself.
all right, by himself, and that team was full of oldies who was retiring, people who had no more legs, people who was about to move on, everything like that. It was a real difficult team to come and take over. He didn't get a lot of time to have a philosophy. It was to the point where his only tactic could be to try and play the ball in from the wings, get as much crosses in from the wings to see if someone can get it in the box, a tap in or a header. Yeah, Fellaini. And like, this is all that he could do with the squad that he had at the time, and he wasn't given that time to grow the team, build some sort of philosophy there, and to get the players in that he really wanted. He wasn't given that chance, so I can't really compare him and Solskjaer at Manchester United when Solskjaer has a team full of stars. Okay, he has a team full of stars that he can actually put on autopilot, and literally, it's when they want to show up that he can get a performance out of them. I think the biggest thing that Solskjaer has managed to do is build a relationship with his team to the point where they want to do good for him. Yeah, and that's what I can say. Like, they look, the boss is a cool guy. I don't like him getting upset. So let's just try. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But when you look at tactics, philosophy, and things like that, you can't see none. You can't say they have an identity, a way of playing that every other manager that has even come to Manchester United you have seen, bar Moyes. Okay, everyone else who has come in, you've seen a type of structure or philosophy or what they are actually trying to do. With Solskjaer, it's like he goes, okay, boys, please let's have a good one today. Do you know what I mean? And they go, and they all in the pitch like, all right, lads, it's just a training session. Let's just play good. You know what I'm trying to say? And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You have to remember that Man United had a very questionable. They had a very.
Chileo's not having it.
No. I'm saying what it looks like. You're right. I don't know that. You're right, but it looks like that. Okay, because there is no style of play, and I'm sorry. The fact that he plays Fred and McTominay in the center has been the cause for many United fans saying this guy don't know what he's doing. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So look, I know you're saying look, he's done it with them guys in, but those are the reasons why we question him. Like, what the hell are you doing? Do you know what I mean? And you have to agree. And look, and with like I was saying with Solskjaer, look, at the beginning of Man United's season, they were having a horrid time. Yeah, he should have been let go in the first half of the season. But then they gave him another chance. And you know what? I noticed this with them last season as well. They pull it back in the last bit of the season where they're like, lads, we're ever about to mess up as bad as Arsenal. And they're like, no, we can't have that. Do you know what I mean? And so they just pull it out the bag and they really try. And they get to places where they're where you expect them to be. But them making Champions League and then getting knocked out in what, the third in the group stages. Yeah. Look, this is Manchester United. Yeah, you've got the best players in the world. You've got the best reputation. This is a team of high stature globally. Yeah, this is Man United. You can't be leaving in the group stages once you're in the Champions League. You got to go out in the next stage. Yeah, he came out. Okay, he got all the way to the finals of the Europa. Them clowning Arsenal for getting kicked out of the by a team that they lost to. How can you get to the finals and lose?
And they put in one of the worst performances I've ever seen.
And his decision making. Look at him. He didn't make a sub until what, the 112th minute. What is that all about?
And you know what, Rash? You know what, Rash? Yeah, as well. Well, the thing with Solskjaer is that you can see the team is complete passion match. It's like, you know, when they equalized against Villarreal, they scored an awful goal. Literally, someone shot a volley and it rebounded twice and scored. You can see these men get pumped, including Solskjaer. The next attack, they try and whip a ball in. 4-man go to head it. You know when all the kids get gas saying, "Hey, we're on the attack." The ball gets clear. Bruno tries a shot from the edge of the ball, goes mile wide. And I'm seeing this guy go on his knees like, oh my days, we're on fire now. I'm like, yo, these guys are actually playing purely on vibes.
Yeah, vibes.
Purely on vibes. Yeah, go on. Go on.
Rash,
Yeah.
my guy. So let me ask you a question.
Oh, boy.
You made some good points. So we're expecting, obviously, from a manager that manages a team with those caliber of players, right?
Yeah.
We're expecting better from them, yes or no?
Oh yeah, the team. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So if Pep is winning, and then all the other managers are coming after him, and he's second, what does that tell you?
What it tells me is that every team had a poor season last season. Okay, every team, and they didn't have the players that can play on autopilot like he did. Yeah, if there was a better manager behind the wheel at Manchester United would have been in contention for a title. Okay, and no, I'm just saying, every team. Look at Liverpool, poor. Look at Chelsea's first half of the season, poor. Look at Tottenham, like they got rid of Mourinho when he was about to go into a final. Yeah, okay, and they were in the top 6 at that period of time, but they had an up and down season as well. They had a poor season. Look at Arsenal; they're just. Psh, do you know what I'm trying to say? That to the point where West Ham and Leicester was giving these guys a run for their money. West Ham and Leicester. Do you know what I mean? That's what explains last season. Do you know what I mean? So you can, if you look at it from that angle, you're like, okay, all the top teams had a mayor. Yeah, Pep done it. He done the job that he should have done in a season like this. It's kind of like the season when every club had a mayor except for Arsenal, Leicester, and Tottenham. It was between Tottenham and Leicester, and then Tottenham finished third, and Arsenal finished second, and Leicester won the league. Okay, that was that. Everyone still looked at Arsenal and said, "You lot are a disgrace. That was your season," and that is how we need to look at Manchester United as well. Okay, they had the players to do it. They had a horrible season when they had the chance to do something fantastic because everyone else had a shit one. And yeah, I think this social argument needs to just be put to bed now and just left alone because everyone knows, even the Man United squad knows that he's not that guy.
So
I'm just gonna say
the last thing for me, I'll agree with all three of you in regards to Solskjaer. I'm not here to say he should keep the job. He needs to fuck off. And if anything, as an Arsenal fan, I'd rather say, all I've been trying to say is you should get some credit. Like if you're gonna manage, if you're a manager and you've got all these superstars, still you've got to put something together. I'll relate it back to work again. It's like sales team. You're a manager of a sales team, and you've got all the best sellers. Yes, you've got the best sellers, but yet again, you still got to manage that, bro. The players. I know what it looks like to fans and to spectators. Don't know what the fuck you're doing. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you're getting results. I'm still going to give you credit. And as us, admin, you know, when we do something in life, yeah, we normally get criticized when something negative goes wrong. But when something goes right, we do need that, you know. I'm just saying, from his point of view, it must be shit. Like I'm not saying, oh, let's cry from this some affair. But he's been getting results, but he's still getting criticism. It's the players.
I hear you.
In his head, when he does and he gets the result, like he's beating Pep and stuff and Klopp. And he wants to get acknowledgement. Everyone will be like, it's the players. Like everyone will run past him and go to the player. That's what I'm trying to say. He does do something as a manager. We don't see it because we know what's going on. But you should.
You know what I think, Jay? No, I think. Sorry to cut you.
No, it's good.
I think what we can see is that with most managers, we see what the manager, like they put a stamp on the team, and you can just see what they're trying to do. You can kind of prepare against them because you know what their style is. And I still to this day don't know what Manchester United's style is.
That's my thing.
And I think it's like when you see that, you just think, I don't really see Solskjaer. I think there's only been one game this season that I've heard his voice on the sideline. Yeah, you don't see him giving tactics or saying, hey, come here, blah, 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 or him like that. You just see him sitting there.
Yeah, I think the one time.
And celebrating like an idiot when they score, like, oh my gosh, we're winning. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know, maybe. Do you know what? Maybe behind the doors, he's like some real, like he's a real G, and he's like, "Yo, you man better pull it together. You man better be doing this rare, because I'm the baby face assassin, so I gotta keep it looking calm, and you man gotta be the sling." Maybe he's a bad man behind closed doors. We don't know, but from what we see from him and what we see from that team, he's not a good manager.
And last thing I just want to say.
Yeah, go on, let's wrap it up.
I saw Tear That D. I saw a comment you just put out from Tear That D, and it said, Mata Fellaini, Moyes made those signings. Okay, great stuff. Okay, I hope you're aware that Ollie's side dad.
He did make. So you know that.
He didn't even finish his sentence.
You know, Ollie
Dan James.
Ollie side dad James. I thought he was going to be Marnie.
Oh man, I think you can wrap it up there. Still laughs, yeah.
He's like Harry Maguire for 80 mil.
Oh, flip's sake.
Hey,
Flip's sake.
this is bad. This is bad.
Oh
This
my
is bad.
Wow.
Hey.
That was a good debate.
man.
That was a debate, though.
That was a good debate. But yeah, man, listen, we've done Player of the Year, Harry Kane, Young Player, Mount, Manager, Bielsa. We're on to the last one, Flop of the Season, Flop of the Year. So we got 8 contenders. We got Mikel Arteta, Mane, Bale, Partey, Lampard, Aubameyang, Mourinho, and Timo Werner. So because there's so many names in the match struggle, I'll say we keep it to like a 4. So who are the 4 that we want to take out and say, you were a flop, but we'll remove you for now?
I think
So
Bell has to be removed from here.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Take that out. Right. Who else?
I would actually say Sadio Mane, because if you look at his stats, they're pretty similar to, you know, his good seasons at Liverpool. And I think towards the end of the season, he actually put in some big performances for Liverpool. And he was actually one of the main players that got us top 4 towards the end of the season. So I actually would not have him on there.
Okay.
But
We agree, guys? Mane out?
Yeah, look, he got like 11 goals in the Prem and 7 assists.
Yeah.
That's not that bad.
It's not even a bad season. Yeah,
For a bad season, that's not that bad.
Yeah. Okay, so that's another one out. Right. Okay, you know what? Forget bringing it up to 4. Anyone else that we feel is harsh for them to be here?
Yeah, I think I have to be honest here. I think Werner's a bit harsh with the numbers he got. I know he missed a lot, but I don't think he should be here, if I'm honest.
What numbers did he get?
Well, Chelsea's top goal scorer was Jorginho.
What did he
7
get?
goals.
What numbers did he get?
Check his goals and assists. I mean, I ain't got my phone with me, boys. Check his
You know, he got 6 goals and 8 assists.
I know he didn't make top 10 or top 11 or top 12. I know that.
Yeah.
What did he get? What? How many goals?
6 goals, 8 assists, and 29 starts. 35 appearances altogether.
Oh, 6 goals. That is poor for being
Okay.
Palace, man.
And he could have scored 20. Easy.
Easy goals.
Mm-hmm.
Easy. We got my boy Arlen in the building saying Arteta.
Yeah, he has to stay. He has to stay. No, he said he wants Arteta out.
Okay.
He said he wants Arteta out.
Yeah, like he wants to tell that's my boy. He knows.
Yeah,
So
take Arteta out, man. He shouldn't be here.
nah,
What is in? What
definitely
Arteta?
shouldn't.
I'll say this: if Arteta's allowed to be here,
Definitely should be here.
Bielsa should be here as well. Because the way you sort of bigging them up.
How was Bielsa's season a flop? No one expected
This
him.
is
You
mad.
guys
This
said,
is mad.
you guys said Moyes
Moyes, yeah.
should be. You guys bigged up Moyes compared to Solskjaer, saying he didn't have his team, but he made all those signings. Why the fuck should Mikel be here then?
What you mean?
Mikel shouldn't be here. Mikel shouldn't be
What
here.
do you mean?
No. We're not going to step over that like, dude. Explain yourself, bro.
Yeah, I'm still lost.
No, listen, Bielsa's just come out in the championship, you know.
The championship, fam.
Hey, that's not what
League.
I'm saying. Arteta should be there twice.
I'll tell you why. Mikel shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
It's not his fucking team. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the players, wait, guys, look at the results.
Go on. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Look at the results throughout the whole season. Look at the results. What one was his fault? Other than to be fair, other than the last couple games in the Europa when we should have been battering teams, he got us knocked out. That's Mikel's fault. We're not going to sit here and defend him in that, yeah. And then if it was a big team, they would have got sacked. I'm not going to sit here and defend him in that. But I'm saying if you look at all the Xhaka, the goalkeeper, the David, all these mistakes, if you go back and watch the games, and I watch a whole clip of this, and I'll send it to you after. There was lots of individual player mistakes.
All right.
let me ask you a question,
Would you not admit, yeah, the fact that he was playing those guys, playing Willian. Wait.
He was disrespecting Pepe.
He was playing players who were making mistakes and not bringing nothing to the squad. And when you know that this is when you know you should slap him in the back of his head. Yeah, when we lost the game, I think we got knocked out of the cup. Yeah, and the following week he played the squad that everyone knows he should have played.
Yeah, Southampton.
That's when you know you need to get slapped in your head. It's because you cuz. And you've been making dodgy decisions all season. Why? You've been making suspect subs for no reason. When we're in good positions, you've been making substitutions that's made us draw or lose. Like, what is the problem with this guy? Like, it's like he had a self-destruct button a lot of the times through the season where he could have finished good and he could have done good. And, you know, we could have just said, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to just hold on now. And he'll bring on someone that just doesn't add any value to the squad or to the game at that time. It's not what we needed, and we folded. Yeah. Being a manager with so much promise, good speaking and all that stuff, and then ending up really just being a mouthpiece for Kroenke. That's what he ended up being for me. That's why he should be on this list. He should.
And you know what? Do you know, sorry, lads. Let me just ask you a little quickly a question, right? Last season, do you know, where did Arsenal finish?
Can't remember.
We finished 8th, right?
8th.
Okay. Yeah. Do you think we got better over the summer?
Do you think we what?
Do you think we got better over the summer when we signed Partey, Gabriel, and Willian?
Did we get better? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So why did we finish 8th?
Again.
So again, I'll go back to individual errors, and you know, also just to rebuttal what Ras said about why is he playing those players. Bruv, it's not his squad. You think he wants to play them? Like, I'm telling you now.
Willian?
Sorry?
Willian was his though.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. That was a mistake. So was Partey, Gabriel. I know they were mediocre, but having said that, I'll say this.
Yeah.
I'll go back, you know, to the players. If you haven't got what you want, you're not going to get the best results. And I'm going to tell you this as well. On expectation, you guys I'm going to lie, you probably have a bigger expectation for Mikel than I did. But I already told you at the beginning of the season, we're going to finish outside. We're going to finish outside all European spots, and it will probably start to see stuff from next year. We'll win something next year. And I always say this stuff, you know. I always go back to it. My expectation for Mikel weren't that high because there was the building thing. And if we did a video tomorrow, am I lying or not? 50% or more of the players to keep or sell would be sold. Am I lying or not?
Yeah, I would sell.
He had them. This is what I'm saying to you, boys. This is what I'm saying, because you guys just answered my question. Yes, if you're going to off expectation, and as I said, you probably have a higher expectation than I do. I'm not doubting that. But my expectation was always, we're not going to do anything. We need to rebuild. We've got so many players to get out of the club. Players are not going to do it. We're out of Europe. We've got a less in the squad, and that's where I'm coming from. If you guys
in Jalil's defense, you know what? I actually said to my brother after the end of the season, I said to him, I looked at the table and I said, you want to know what's crazy about this? Arsenal were only 6 points off top 4.
Only 6 points, you're right. Yeah.
Only 6 points. So when you think about it, the season was bad for almost every team. Yeah. Now, there were some games that Arsenal lost that they should not have lost. There was, you know, a lack of discipline in the club, players getting red cards for no reason. Now, if we're to be real, if Arsenal were able to pick up 3 points in those situations, they might have finished top 4. So even though it says they finished 8th, that 8th makes it look really bad when you actually compare it to the table and see actually the difference is
how close the points gap.
But one thing I will say though, I'm a fan of Arteta in the sense that I believe he should be given a year. He should be given another year, because I believe, look, he's already implemented his philosophy. We see what he's trying to do. He's not the worst manager in the world. He plays out the back. We get him. We know what he's trying to do. But I just think I just have to call out his treatment of Pepe. I think it's been disrespectful. I think the treatment of Pepe has been disrespectful. You're playing Willian, who he's one of the worst players in the team, and you would keep playing him regardless. There was games when Smith Rowe was shocking, and it's not because of Smith Rowe's fault. It's because he's a young player. You're running these guys down to the ground. Like, take the guy off. Stop playing him. Play someone else. But he won't. I'm not gonna lie, Cabellos. I think Cabellos is trash, isn't it? I don't know how.
That's another person. That's another person who I didn't understand how he was making the squad. Why would you keep playing that guy?
And then look, El Neni has not. I'm gonna be honest. El Neni's not been bad, but El Neni's not Arsenal. That's not Arsenal. Arteta, I don't know where you got the idea to play El Neni.
Watch what you say, Lumps.
But no, the thing is, El Neni, he hasn't been bad, but he's not Arsenal quality. That's not what Arsenal should be playing. I think next year Arsenal fans don't want to see El Neni as a midfielder. Even though, to be fair, he's been one of the all right performers in the team. Still, it's kind of like when Jay Spearham was playing for Liverpool. He wasn't the worst, but he shouldn't have been in the team. When John Flanagan was playing for Liverpool, he wasn't the worst. In fact, he had a good season. But
Flanagan almost won a league title, bro.
Flanagan. Yeah, he was calling him Cafu. They was calling him Cafu and all that, man. Remember, like,
Jesus, mad.
Sorry, go on, Jay. But can I just quickly before you say something, Jay? Sorry. I hear your point, Jay. Like, I hear what you're saying, and you know what? In reality, when I do look at it, I remember there being about 4 games left of the season. I'm thinking, well, we can actually still make top 6. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And there was some performances that we did do that was really good. And I think one of the main things that got me with Arteta was his lack of support for Mesut Ozil as well. Now we all know Mesut was a bit of a. It was a bit of a weird one because we know what he can bring to the team. We love what he does outside of football as well, but we know also the downside of him, the lazy side of him. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But really, he's a luxury player. But I think his lack of support for Mesut and him flipping on him, like from him saying
that was disgraceful.
And try to blame his football and stuff like that. That made me say, nah, you're an agent. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I think that left that bitter taste in my mouth as well. So
I agree with that.
So last thing about the whole Mikel thing for me, because you've all mentioned it. You know, we were so close to getting Europa, but I said at the beginning of the season, we cannot get any European football, otherwise it will stop the process. For me personally, not for Mikel. Mikel probably wanted it. Fans want it. Fans want Champions League and Europa. They want to see us competing. But for me, I said the only way we can do it is we downsize the team and we start our structure from scratch. We had to miss out. I know we're only 6 points off top 4 and only a point away from Europa. If things went well towards the end of the season, but with Mikel, this is what I'm saying. My expectation was nothing. We had to finish outside for us to progress. We had to get rid of more players. And I was saying, give him 3 or 4 windows. I remember I kept saying this, and everyone's like, "Oh, but he's shit. I can't see what he's doing." Well, I've got a strong incline and a good strong feeling. I know feeling has been nothing to you guys individually, but for me, I'm telling you, bruv, like it needs to start from somewhere, and it's going to start from next season. We'll start doing the business. Right now, we can't do the business. Do you know what I mean?
Can I just say something quickly then, just before you wrap it up then, Jay? Yeah. Bearing in mind that you said we have to finish outside of the European spots, we have to kind of have a poor season to rebuild and do what we really need to do for the following season to come. Would you not say that then it's been a poor season?
No, but like that's the thing. I didn't say it needs to be a poor season. It was a poor season. It was very below average. I will never take that away. I didn't want. For me, I didn't want to have a poor season. I wanted to have a good season. But regardless, it just makes sense. The more is coming because I did say we're not going to win nothing this year. I said we're not going to win nothing this year. But the thing for me, it just makes sense in terms of the philosophy we're trying to do in regards to rebuilding the squad. We got to get rid of all that dead wood. You said it yourself. What choice has he got? There's too much dead wood. There's Xhaka needs to go. I don't want to start naming players because we're going to go around in circles. Yeah. Get my point.
Yeah, we're going to do that show soon. We're going to do that.
Yeah, but players need to be cut and gone for us to actually be able to say, okay, cool, he's been good. We've got these youngsters in the academy. We're going to bring them in, try them out in training. We've got a whole summer to figure this out kind of thing and see who needs to go. Willian needs to go. That was his fault. He brought him in. He liked him. You know what I mean? And these things happen. We're all going to make mistakes. We're only human. But the thing is, we've got to start from somewhere, and we have to get rid of players before we can bring in the top players.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I hear that. Well said, well said. Big up Maggie Ireland saying we can definitely sympathise with Arteta. The club has deep problems on and off the pitch, but John's right. Ultimately, was another backward step. Yeah, I think overall it was a backward season, but as we know, Arsenal have many problems. But yeah, you know what? Let's wrap it up. So, guys, with this one, it's going to be a quick. I'll come to you and you give me your flop of the year. So, Lamps, I'll start with you, bro. Who's your flop of the year?
It's harsh, but I'd actually say Partey. You know,
Partey, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say Partey. I think I think it could have easily been Thiago as well.
Yeah, but he stepped up at the end.
But Thiago stepped up in the last like 15 games, and was playing like the old Thiago. I just think Partey was just shooting from everywhere. He didn't really, and look. I don't think it's his fault. Maybe he needs time to. This is why it's harsh. No. I'm not gonna be harsh and say Partey. That's not fair, man. That's not fair. No, let me leave him out of this. I'm gonna say Aubameyang. I'm going to say Aubameyang just because Aubameyang is the most experienced out of all the players on the list. And this season, Aubameyang was shocking. Very, very shocking for Arsenal. Partey was shocking as well, but at the same time, look, he's just joined in it, so I can't even be too harsh. But Aubameyang is, he's been horrible, man. I don't know, man. He's been horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so we got Aubameyang from Lambs. Rash, who's your flop of the year?
All right, so I'm going to do this in order of who it is not, okay?
Okay.
First of all, so I'll try to be quick with it. It's not Mourinho because we know what we expect from Mourinho, okay? We knew the type of football that he was going to bring. We knew what he was going to do at Spurs. We saw it the season before and stuff like that, and technically they were in a better place than what they were just at that time last season as well when he did get the boot. I'm not going to say Mourinho, and I am actually not going to say Aubameyang. The reason why I'm not going to say Aubameyang is because he is an older player, okay? And I know how age can just catch up to you out of nowhere, yeah? And he looked his age this season. Do you know what I mean? And for me, with someone who is a striker who has a consistently good season, back to back, you're allowed to have an off season, one season, especially if it's because that your legs are kind of going and you're not used to it. You get malaria when you go abroad. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, so as much of a big flop that he has been, and I've been so disappointed with him, at the same time, I understand. So I've got to be there. You know what I mean? I'm also, based on the conversation that we just had, I'm going to take Arteta out of there as well. And let's base it on expectation. Okay, so my expectations for Werner and for Partey was extremely high because I've seen these guys. Okay, and Frank Lampard had a team full of gems that he just didn't know how to use. So when I think about it, when you look at Werner, he's the same player that he was when he was at Leipzig. If you look at it, he would have a million chances and miss bare as well, but he would score bare as well. Do you know what I mean? The Prem's a bit harder. Like, he's definitely flopped because he should have scored goals that he didn't. But at the same time, to finish up in Champions League position and with a Champions League medal, you did okay. Is a team wide, so I can't really put him in there. So it's really between Frank Lampard and Partey. Partey because he's always been a terrific player to me, and I don't understand who that player was on the pitch. You guys saw me every week. I'd send messages in the group. What is this guy doing? Why is his passing so weak? What the hell was that pass? Why would he shoot when he's not from there? And strikers don't shoot from there.
Why would he shoot?
Yeah, like, what are you doing? Why are you the worst in the centre midfield? However, he had some okay games when he was matched up with the right people. When it was him and El Neni, it was a good combination. When it was him and Xhaka, it was a good combination. They had really good games, and these were the games that made Arsenal look like they could be in contention of it, something like that. So as much as I know what I expected from Partey, I can't say he had a flop. I think it was the partnership just wasn't there all the time, and he just wasn't up for it. But I believe he's going to be much better next season, which leads me to Frank Lampard. he is the flop of the season. Yeah, I've said it from the beginning. He is a manager that I don't think is very good tactically. He looks like the type of manager that says, "Come on, lads, do you not want it? Do you want it? Do you want it? Come on, let's go, let's go." Do you know what I mean? And that was, and that's his team talk. Yeah, but he's got such an amazing team. Look, he left and his team won the Champions League, bro. He finished in the top 4 and made Champions League. Like, they got to the final of the FA Cup. Like, come on, bruv. Like, you cannot be part of that team and be flopping. I believe they were like 8th or 9th when he got the boot. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, yeah, Frankie Lampard, you are the biggest flop of the season for me.
Frankie Lampard from Rash. And Jalil, last but not least, who is your RBT flop of the year? And it can't be Bielsa.
No, it wasn't going to be Bielsa, man. He done all right this year, man. I'm not going to. Lamps, who did you go for?
I said Aubameyang.
And then Rash said Frank Lampard.
Lampard.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
If you want, I can give you mine as well.
Yeah, if you want, go for it.
I'm going to just keep it quick. I'm going for Aubameyang.
Okay.
350k a week. Yeah, man. Like, as Otis said here, like, Alba signed 350k deal and everyone was excited when he signed, apart from me and John. Yeah, me and him were literally two of the only people that weren't excited because I felt it was an Ozil situation 2.0.
You did.
Big up Kane in the building. Hope you're good, my bro. Saying Alba. So he's saying Alba as well. Make sure smash the likes button, people. It's been a quality show. Make sure smash the likes and subscribe. But yeah, Jalil, go on, bro. Who's your flop of the year?
Yeah, so I'll tell you why I'm not going to give it to Lamps, because my expectations for him went too high anyway. I knew he ain't going to do the business, do you know what I mean? So for that reason why expectations weren't there. However, for Aubameyang as well, I can see why you put him there. I'm not going to give it to him though, due to family issues. That's now come to the light, you know, Mumsy and that, you know how it gets if Mumsy's ill. It's not going to make any of us feel that good in the heart, regardless of what we've been through in life. So I'm not going to give it to him. Plus malaria and all that jazz. I know that came later on in the season, but Mumsy was the reason why he weren't playing well. And when that's in your head, you're not going to do well. Do you know what I mean? It's mental health and all that jazz. So I can't give it to him. Yeah. So that leaves me with I'll tell you why. I'm going to give it to Jose Mourinho. Reasons why my expectations were high. John, did we, yes or no, did we do a show when I said, do you know what, Jose's there, I feel like they could win something?
You did.
Yeah, you did. You did.
And I was like,
you did.
Yeah, they're going to do something. My expectations, yeah, well, and then I had Rash shout me down like, well, what are you thinking? You think Jose, this is Spurs we're talking about. How do you think? And then Rash made sense, you know. Obviously, after he got sacked, I started to see the light. Yeah, like. So yeah, for that reason, expectations went here. If you're this top manager that everyone's talking about, Rash was saying he's washed up. You know, Rash was saying that the Premier League has changed. You know, times have changed. You've got to get with the program. You've got to stop being stubborn and doing your own business. You're not going to go nowhere. Did it with United, it went nowhere. Did it with Spurs, it went nowhere. And you know, as we said, you know, after that, when he got sacked, he should go internationally. So for having said that, for me, he's the biggest flop because you can't have you know, quality players that have Kane, Son, getting the best out of them. Some will arguably say that he got the best. This is the best season Kane's ever had, and without a doubt, numbers wise, it is. And that's all because of Jose. And if you're getting the best out of them and you don't win anything, you get battered. You know, you win 2-0, and then you get battered away from home 3-0 by one player. Yeah, man, and then you get sacked. Yeah, man, and you flop. Yeah, man, and you're in the what is it? What's that conference
Europa Conference League.
Oh, do me a favor, mate. Fuck me. Do you know what I mean?
Can I ask you a question quickly, then, Jay?
Yeah.
Do you reckon that if they didn't sack him when they did, that Spurs? I don't even know why I'm asking this. I don't even believe what I'm about to say. But do you think that do you think that they may have won that cup that they was in? I'm saying no because they don't win nothing. But would they have been in a better position if they didn't sack him than if my Manu came in and tried to take over and do nothing with Spurs?
Master Ryan Mason, you know.
Wait, so are we talking about the Carabao Cup?
Carabao Cup, yeah.
Carabao Cup. Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah, that's Pep's all day. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, no way he's not beating Pep with his setup. No way, not with that setup.
Nah, man, that's Pep's trophy, bro.
Yeah, Pep's trophy.
Well, you know what? Yeah, because of Rash made a good point about Aubameyang's. Oh no, one of you made the point about Aubameyang's mother and the illness issues. So because of that, whilst he was already shocking before she got ill, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say, you know what, when that happens, you're not gonna play good unless you're completely able to switch off. So for that reason, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, which means for me in that case, I'll give a joint flop of the year to Lampard and Jose Mourinho. I think they deserve a joint award for flops of the year. I mean, they both got sacked. I mean, this fraud should have been sacked, but listen, that's the discussion for another day. So I'm saying, yeah, I'm agreeing with both Jalil and Rash. So I'm going with Lampard and Mourinho, which makes it a tie. So they are the flops of the year. I don't think there's too many disagreements. Yeah. Big up Hassan. Hope you're good, bro. Saying Martinelli going to do bits next season if the fraud Arteta plays him. Hey, that's the thing. Is the fraud going to play him?
It's another thing.
You know what? Arteta's the fraud, the flop of the year. I'm changing my mind.
I understand. You see, when you think about it, you're just like, no, hold on a second. He had Martinelli on the bench the whole season, bro.
So can I ask you a question?
No. I'll allow him.
Can I ask a question? Last question.
Yeah, go on.
So the same thing when Pep, I'm just saying, like, please don't kill me. Don't kill me.
Oh boy, yeah, you started wrong already, man.
So when Pep was keeping Foden, when all the spectators and all of us were saying Foden is the guy, why is Pep not playing him? They said Pep came out and said I was protecting him. He's going to be the main man. He's David Silva to leave, right? Do you not see the same thing potentially if Lacazette or Aubameyang? Just as an example, Willian goes, he's not going to play him next season after what he's seen. He's protecting him. Injuries.
But William will go, isn't it?
Wait, hold on. What happened to Aubameyang?
Nah, you know what? I allowed him because of the thing with his mum. So while he was still bad before, I allowed him. So I'm going with a joint tie for Lampard and Mourinho.
Okay, but you see the situation with his mum, yeah? Was it for the whole year or what was it?
It was really only 3 weeks, but I'm allowing him because you still happened.
We don't know that. We don't know that it's 3 weeks. We don't know that.
No, because it was before it was. Because remember, there was a game where he didn't come because they said he had to stay on his merger, and everyone was trying to say, his missus caught him cheating and that. But it was his mum, and then after that, he got malaria as well.
January.
I mean, obviously, you guys are the Arsenal fans. So if you think that's,
no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. No. We think he flopped. It was
he flopped. That's why he's here.
Just give him an benefit of the doubt.
Obviously, for me, the only player I could use to relate to Aubameyang is Alisson. Because obviously he had the whole situation with his dad. But he was scoring last minute headers. So it's a difference. There's a mentality monster.
How do you bring it back to Liverpool?
Somehow.
And Alisson isn't like what's Aubameyang? 31, 32?
31.
31.
Soon 32.
No, but nowadays 31-year-old strikers.
I get that, but he actually looked aged last season, which means that the pressure from what was going on outside had a big role as well.
No, you know what? I get it. I think I'm being harsh. I think, to be fair, as you guys said, like as I said, you guys are the Arsenal fans, so you would sort of know, innit?
Don't get me wrong, Lance. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, Lamps. I could change my mind when I think back to that whole Travis Scott hairstyle madness. That one, I'm like, hey.
Man got rid of it the next week. Man got rid of it the next game, man.
Quick.
There was too much banter on him in the changing rooms, but Laka was killing him.
Way too much. Hey, but listen, people. So yeah, man, these are awards. Let's wrap it up. So let's start from bottom to top. So our RBT flop of the year, rather than one, we've got two. So they are Mourinho and Lampard. So they're the top flops. Manager of the year, we've gone for Bielsa. Sorry, Jalil. Young player of the year, we've got Mason Mount. And then the RBT Premier League player of the year can't accuse of Arsenal bias, is Harry Kane. So that's our awards. I think we've done a decent job, for sure. It's been very good.
You know
go on,
what?
Lambs.
Sorry. Last minute.
Yeah, go on.
I want to change it to Mourinho.
Oh.
Yeah, I want to change it to Mourinho. Yeah. I think Lampard shouldn't be in there. I think Mourinho.
Mourinho won then.
Yeah, just a 1 minute reason why. When you think about it, Mourinho's style of football has been played out for years, and he's one of the greatest managers ever. And I think it might have been Rash that said it in like a previous episode where he said he has to kind of retire or he's going to ruin his legacy. I don't know if it was Rash or John.
Yeah, it was Rash. It was Rash.
Said he's going to ruin his legacy, and I think
it was Rash.
He has been ruining his legacy. I think Tottenham aren't the best team in the world, but Mourinho, you're moving mad now, innit? You need to kind of get with the time. So yeah, I'll give it to Mourinho. Lampard's a young manager. He's doing his thing still. You know, he'll learn, he'll come back. But Mourinho, it's time you either go and manage an international team or you call it quits, man, because man,
he's at Roma now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a big mistake.
Well, it might work in Italian league though. That's the thing.
It might work.
Maybe it work.
It might work.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Listen, people. It's been an hour and a half of quality content. That's been our awards for the Premier League. We're going to be back on Monday, switching it back up for the Euros. I think Monday we might do the England 11 that we think should be selected. Obviously, Lambs, if you're around, then feel free to join them down. Unfortunately for you, can't pick Trent in there now because of his injury. Which
you know
is
what?
Just
it's
bad timing.
You know, someone said to me, like, because obviously Trent's posted a picture, and I've just thought, Trent, don't worry, man. Every black person in England supporting France anyway. England aren't going to win it. just join the gang.
Liberties, you ain't black.
Just Trent, join the gang now. Support France. I'm trying to see another World Cup. You know, like the World Cup celebration video France did? I want to see one of them. Yeah, that was vibe.
I want to see one of them.
That
was lit still.
That was the best celebration I've ever seen, ever. You know,
ever. Not even close.
As man like Kim's up in there doing the thing. You get me?
Trust me, man. Trust me. Big up Hassan as well, saying my boy Saka doing bits for England. Yeah, man. He got his goal. Big up to Saka still. But yeah, man. That's it from us, people. Like I said, we're back Monday, 6:30. Make sure to tune in for that. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. Set your reminders. Smash the like button. Comment on the video. And yeah, that's it from us. Peace and love, people. Have a good weekend. And yeah, peace out. Peace.
Peace, guys. Peace.
Salam. Free Palestine.
Free Palestine still.